Before you ask for a powerful, ask yourself one uncomfortable question. Is your life stable enough to hold power? Because power does not destroy weak structures gently. It exposes them. Many people say they want more success, more freedom, more recognition, but their inner house is not in order. If more were given to them today, it would only create more chaos. In Shaolin, we do not begin by asking for strength. We begin by asking for order. When you walk into a Shaolin temple, the first thing you notice is not the training, it is the stillness. Everything has its place. Shoes are aligned, rooms are clean, movements are intentional. This is not decoration, this is training. Order is the foundation upon which all power rests. Without it, ambition becomes noise. With it, even small actions become force. Most people reverse this process. They chase ambition first. They want to become something before they have learned how to stand properly where they are. They want the future, but they are undisciplined in the present. Understand this clearly. Ambition without order creates pressure, anxiety, and exhaustion. You feel busy, but you do not feel strong. You feel motivated, but you are not grounded. This is not progress. This is instability. Remember, in Shaolin practice, before a student is allowed to train advanced techniques, he must prove mastery of the basics. Can you stand correctly? Can you breathe correctly? Can you maintain stillness when nothing exciting is happening? If not, you are not ready for more. Life works the same way. Before you aim higher in, your daily structure must be able to support that aim. And order begins with the simple things people like to ignore. Your sleep, your environment, your schedule, your commitment. If your room is chaotic, your mind will not be calm. If your sleep is irregular, your discipline will be weak. If your days have no structure, your goals will remain fantasies. These are not small details. These are the roots. You do not see roots, but they determine whether the tree can grow tall. Many people tell me, I will organize my life after I succeed. This is a misunderstanding. You organize your life so that success has somewhere to land. In Shaolin, we say first create the container, then pour in the energy. If the container is broken, everything leaks out. That is why people start the year strong and collapse by March. They had desire but no order. Order also means knowing your priorities and respecting them. A monk does not do everything. He does what is essential. He knows when to train, when to rest, when to reflect. Nothing is random. When you say yes to everything, you are actually saying no to mastery. A powerful salute will not come from doing more. It will come from doing less, better, and consistently. Do not confuse order with rigidity. Order is not control for the sake of control. Order is alignment. It means your actions match your values. It means your time reflects what you claim is important. If you say health matters, your daily routine should show it. If you say growth matters, your habits should support it. Where there is misalignment, energy is wasted. Mendra, as a Shaolin monk, I can tell you this. We do not rely on motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Order stays. When your life is organized, you move even on days when you feel nothing, especially on those days. This is where power is built, quietly, invisibly, without applause. Pungius. If you want a powerful Arshaluk, begin now by placing things in their proper position. Wake up at a consistent time, clean your space, reduce unnecessary commitments, create simple routines you can keep. Do not rush to become impressive. Become stable first. A stable life does not shake easily. A stable mind does not panic easily. From this stability, ambition becomes clear, calm, and precise. Remember this, order is not a limitation. It is protection. It protects your energy, your focus, and your future. When your life is in order, ambition no longer feels heavy. It feels natural. And when order comes first, power follows without force. When order is established, discipline becomes possible. But discipline must be understood correctly, or it will collapse under its own weight. Many people believe discipline is something intense, heroic, and emotional. They wait for a dramatic moment where they suddenly change their life. In Shaolin, we do not train like this. Real discipline is quiet, ordinary, and repeated every day. It does not announce itself. It simply shows up. Mem, the Shaolin monk, does not wake up each morning asking how he feels. Feelings change. Principles do not. Training happens whether the body is tired or energetic, whether the mind is clear or distracted. This is why discipline creates power. It removes negotiation. The moment you negotiate with yourself, you weaken your authority. A powerful, ascending loop will not be built by emotional highs, but by calm obedience to your own decisions. Most people exhaust themselves because their discipline is dramatic. They push too hard, make unrealistic plans, and demand perfection. When they fail, they collapse into guilt and self-judgment. This cycle repeats every year. Discipline is not about intensity. It is about reliability. Can you do the same small, necessary actions even when no excitement is present? That is the question. In Shaolin, we say the body must learn before the mind believes. You do not wait to feel disciplined. You act disciplined, and the feeling follows later. When you wake up at the same time each day, your body adjusts. When you train at the same hour, your mind becomes ready. When you train at the same hour, your mind becomes ready. When routines are stable, resistance loses its power. Discipline becomes automatic. Daily discipline also protects your energy. When actions are decided in advance, you waste no strength on hesitation. You do not ask, "Should I train today?" The answer was already given yesterday. This is freedom. Many people think freedom means endless choice. In reality, endless choice creates fatigue, structure creates clarity, clarity creates strength. When the monk understands that small actions done daily are more powerful than big actions done occasionally. One day of extreme effort cannot correct months of neglect, but 10 minutes of focused practice every day will transform you over time. If you want a powerful ascending saluk, stop looking for motivation and start building rhythm. Rhythm carries you forward even when your mind is tired. Discipline also means knowing when to stop. Rest is not weakness. It is part of training. A monk rests with the same intention he trains. He sleeps on time. He eats with awareness. Burnout is not a sign of commitment. It is a sign of poor structure. Daily discipline balances effort and recovery. Without this balance, ambition turns into self-destruction. Understand this clearly. Discipline is an act of self-respect. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen trust within. Each time you break it, you weaken your foundation. Power grows when you become someone you can rely on. Not once, not sometimes, but daily. Plant. If you organize your life like a Shaolin monk, discipline will no longer feel heavy. It will feel natural. You will move through your days with less resistance and more certainty. No drama, no excuses, just steady progress. And by the time Earth-Sendling Saluk arrives, you will not need to announce your strength. It will be visible in how calmly you move through life. When discipline becomes steady, the next obstacle reveals itself: excess. Many people believe strength comes from adding more goals, more possessions, more commitments. In Shaolin, we learn the opposite. Strength is revealed when what is unnecessary is removed. A monk's life is simple not because he lacks options, but because he understands cost. Every extra thing demands attention. Every distraction steals energy. Look at your life honestly. How many things are you carrying that do not move you forward? Objects you do not use. Conversations that drain you. Obligations you accepted out of fear or habit. Each one takes a small piece of your focus. Alone, they seem harmless. Together, they weaken you. A powerful Xianling loop will require energy, and energy is preserved through simplicity. Manda monk owns few possessions, but his mind is rich. Why? Because his attention is not scattered. When you reduce clutter around you, you reduce noise within you. This is not philosophy. This is experience. You reduce clutter around you. When you reduce clutter around you, you reduce noise within you. This is not philosophy. This is experience. It's clean space creates clear thinking. Clear thinking creates precise action. Precision creates strength. Simplicity is not about deprivation. It is about alignment. Most people overcomplicate their lives because they are afraid to choose. They want every option open. But an open life with no direction becomes heavy. In Shaolin, we commit fully to the path in front of us. This commitment removes confusion. When you know what matters, saying no becomes easy, and every no protects your yes. Simplifying also means narrowing your focus. One direction practiced deeply is more powerful than 10 directions explored shallowly. When you chase too many outcomes, progress becomes slow and uncertain. When you simplify your goals, your energy concentrates. Concentrated energy moves mountains. Scattered energy moves nothing. Your schedule must also be simplified. Many people fill their days to avoid facing themselves. Busyness becomes an escape. But a monk does not fear stillness. Stillness reveals truth. If your days are overcrowded, you will never hear what needs to change. Create space. Remove what is not essential. Silence is not empty, it is instructive. Even your thoughts must be simplified. Overthinking weakens action. Doubt multiplies when the mind is cluttered. A trained mind returns to the basics. What is required now? What is within my control? What is the next correct action? This simplicity creates calm. Calm creates power. If you want a powerful, simplify your life intentionally. Keep what serves your growth. Release what distracts it. This is not loss. This is refinement. Just as a sword is sharpened by removing material, your life becomes stronger when excess is cut away. When there is less to manage, there is more energy to move forward. When your life is simplified, the mind becomes more visible, and this is where true training begins. Many people believe their mind is their master. In Shaolin, we train until the mind becomes a servant. Not a slave, but a disciplined ally. An untrained mind negotiates. A trained mind obeys. This is not harshness. This is clarity. Notice how often your mind hesitates. It delays action. It searches for comfort. It creates excuses that sound reasonable. If you follow every thought, you will live a fragmented life. Power does not come from having many thoughts. It comes from choosing which thoughts deserve authority. In Shaolin training, we observe the mind without immediately obeying it. We act according to principle, not impulse. Training the mind to obey begins with small commands. When you say you will wake up at a certain time, you do it. When you decide to train, you train. No discussion. Each time you follow through, the mind learns something important. Your words have weight. Over time, resistance becomes quieter. Not because it disappears, but because it is no longer in control. Many people wait until they feel ready. This is a mistake. Readiness is a result of action, not a prerequisite. In Shaolin practice, we move first. Feeling follows later. When you act despite discomfort, the mind adapts. It learns resilience. This is how inner strength is built. Not through force, but through repetition. Do not confuse obedience with suppression. You do not fight the mind. You do not hate it. You simply do not let it decide everything. When fatigue arises, you acknowledge it and continue. When doubt appears, you notice it and act anyway. This calm persistence trains the mind to trust the path, even when it does not fully understand it. Your mind must also learn patience. It wants results quickly. It compares. It rushes. A monk understands that growth is slow and invisible. When you demand immediate reward, discipline weakens. When you commit to the process, results arrive naturally. Training the mind to obey means teaching it to respect time. Dem dearly in, challenges will come, pressure will increase. If your mind panics, you will react. If your mind is trained, you will respond. This is the difference between chaos and control. A trained mind remains steady under stress. It does not collapse at the first sign of difficulty. Wonders. If you organize your life like a Shaolin monk, your mind will no longer pull you in every direction. It will move with you, calm, focused, reliable, and when the mind obeys, action becomes clean, direct, and powerful. And this is where many people finally understand the truth they once resisted. They believed order would restrict them, make life dull, remove spontaneity. In Shaolin, we learn the opposite through experience. Order does not take freedom away. Order creates it. When your life is organized, your energy is no longer wasted on confusion, regret, or constant correction. Bent monk moves freely because his life is predictable to himself. He knows when he will rise, when he will train, when he will rest. Because of this, his mind is calm. Calmness is freedom. When you are not fighting your own habits, you can direct your strength outward with clarity. Disorder steals choice. Order restores it. Look at a disorganized life. Decisions feel heavy. Time feels scarce. Stress becomes normal. This is not freedom. This is quiet imprisonment. When you organize your life, you remove unnecessary friction. Simple routines free mental space. Clear priorities free emotional energy. Boundaries free your attention. These freedoms are invisible, but they are powerful. In Shaolin training, structure allows creativity. Because the foundation is stable, movement can be fluid. The same applies to life. When your finances, health, and habits are in order, you can take risks without fear. You can rest without guilt. You can act without hesitation. This is true freedom. Not chaos disguised as choice, but strength guided by intention. Order also protects you from yourself. In moments of weakness, your structure carries you forward. On days when motivation is absent, your routines continue. This consistency creates trust. Trust creates confidence. Confidence creates peace. And peace allows you to respond wisely, even when life becomes demanding. Tambias, if you want a powerful Arsenlingdru Arshalup, do not chase freedom in escape or excess. Build it through order. Align your days, simplify your life, discipline your actions, train your mind. When these elements are in place, freedom emerges naturally, without effort or force. Remember this, a life in order does not shout its power, it demonstrates it quietly. People will feel your stability before they hear your words, and you will move through the year ahead with steadiness, purpose, and calm strength. I wish you clarity in your choices, discipline in your actions, and peace in your heart. May your life be organized, your mind be steady, and your Ersenling salute be truly powerful.